today I am back, and I will be talking about introduction to cross-site scripting. Think I have already made this video maybe a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't have this headphones on, so the microphone was just acting up, so you barely could hear me in the previous video. So I'm just gonna go ahead and redo it again and probably upload this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The task one, what is the prerequisites? It is worth noting that because cross-site scripting is based on JavaScript, it will be helpful to have a basic understanding of the language. Okay. However, in another example is overly complicated, which is good. What does the cross-site scripting stand for? Obviously, it is cross-site scripting. And then we do get. I wish I could play some music in the background, but I don't want to. I don't want it to disturb ya. And there's actually a whole music playing in the background as well. So I'm just go through it. What is a payload? Just know what payload is. Payload is for JavaScript code we wish to be executed on the target computer. There's two parts of the payload: the intention and the modification. For our proof of concept, we usually use the script alert. For the script alert, all you have to do is just put it in the script tag and alerts your system with the cross-site scripting word, or you could just use your own name. In my case, I would have used Johnny, or Johnny was here. For session stealing, obviously you could use this this one-liner right here to session stealing to steal the cookies. Which is located in the document.cookie. For business logic, this payload is a lot more specific than the above example. This would be about calling particular network resource or JavaScript function, and we will be using user change email, and this will pretty much change your email to this script right here. Will change the user's email to the attacker's email, and the email address for the account has changed. The next four attacks are going to cover the different type of cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. So which document property could contain the user session token, that is document dot cookie. Which JavaScript method is often used as a proof of concept, that is the alert box. And there are two types of cross-site scripting. There is a reflected cross-site scripting and the stored cross-site scripting. Still trying to get my head around this. The DOM based cross-site scripting, and the blind is pretty much the stored cross-site scripting. Well, for reflected cross-site scripting, all you have to remember is the fact that this happens when the user supply data and HTTP request is included in the web page source without any validation. So for instance, it gets reflected on the web page or on the web application, so you get to see it. So for example, if you put some kind of error message, then it should be built directly into the page source, and the application does not check the content of the error parameter, which allows the attacker to insert malicious code. Okay. The vulnerability can be used as per the scenario in the image below, where the attacker sends a link to victim that contains a malicious payload. The victim clicks on the link and taken to vulnerable website, and then the links containing the attacker script is executed on the website, and where the victim, the data the attacker script gathered is sent to them. They could steal the victim's cookie, which allow the attacker to take over the victim's account. And that's pretty much what the idea is. Where an URL is a good place to test for reflected cross-site scripting. That would be in parameters. How to test for reflected cross-site scripting: you will need to test every possible point of entry, which will be in parameters in the URL query string and URL file path, or sometimes HTTP headers. Stored cross-site scripting, as the name infers, the stored cross-site scripting payload is stored on the web application, either in a database for most of our example, and gets run when the other user visit the site or page. And that's pretty much how it goes. Initially, the attacker inserts a malicious payload into the website database, and then for every visit to the website, with the malicious script is activated, and then the data the attacker's script gathered is sent to them. And the malicious JavaScript could redirect users to another site, steal the user session cookie, or even perform other website actions while acting as the visiting user. Usually, they are stored in the comments on a blog, user profile information, or website listings. How are stored cross-site scripting payloads usually stored on a website? Usually in the comments section. Really? Or what do you mean? How are they stored? Oh, in the database. Sorry. For DOM-based cross-site scripting, what is DOM? DOM stands for Document Object Model, and is a programming interface for HTML and XML document that represents the page so that the programs can change the document structure, style, and content. A web page is a document. The document can be either displayed in the browser window or as a HTML source. This diagram below kind of displays it. So exploiting the DOM-based cross-site scripting, where the JavaScript execution happens directly in the browser without any new page being loaded or data submitted to the back-end code. For instance, the website's JavaScript gets the contents from the window.location.hash parameter, and then writes that onto the page in the currently being viewed section. The contents of the hash are not checked for malicious code, allowing an attacker to inject JavaScript of their choosing onto the web page. Okay, I get it. I wish they could have some kind of example for the DOM though. For the potential impact, crafted links could be sent to potential victims, redirecting them to another website or steal content from the page or the user's session. To test for DOM-based cross-site scripting, you look for parts of the code that access certain variables that an attacker can have control over, such as windows.location.x parameters. When you found those bits of code, you then need to see how they are handled and whether the values are written to the web page DOM or passed to unsafe JavaScript methods such as eval. What unsafe JavaScript method is good to look for in the source code, which was just given to us right here, unsafe JavaScript method, which is the eval. Terrible handwriting. I don't know why my caps lock is on. For blind cross-site scripting, matter of fact, I know I need the machine here, so let me go ahead and start the machine. For blind cross-site scripting, is similar to store cross-site scripting, which is covered in task 4, and that the payload gets stored on the website for another user to view. In this instance, you can't see the payload working or be able to test against yourself first. So for our example scenario, we have a website contact form where you can message a number of staff. The message content does not get checked for any malicious code, which allows the attacker to enter anything that they wish, and then this message gets turned into support ticket, which staff view on a private web portal, and as soon as they load it, it would be run. That malicious code will be run. Using the correct payload, the attackers could make calls back to an attacker's website, revealing the staff portal's URL, the staff members' cookies, and even the content of the portal page that is being viewed. That is the potential impact. How to test for blind cross-site scripting: that you will need to ensure payload has a callback, usually an HTTP request. This way you know if and when your code is being executed. A popular tool for blind cross-site scripting is the cross-site scripting Hunter Express. That I will have another room over about this, because I don't think there are any, like, a lot of videos on YouTube. I have not, came across like videos about this, so I probably will make another room, go over this with an example, practical example, and post it. So stay tuned for that. What tool can you use to test for blind cross-site scripting, which was given to us right now already? It is XSS Hunter Express. What type of cross-site scripting is very similar to blind cross-site scripting? That is the stored cross-site scripting. Perfecting our payload. We have already started the machine. How can we don't need this anymore. The payload is the JavaScript code we want to execute either on a user's browser as a proof of concept to demonstrate a vulnerability in a website. Okay, your payload could have many intentions, from just bringing up a JavaScript alert box to prove we can execute JavaScript on the target. Okay, the payload is the JavaScript code we want to execute either on another user's web browser as a proof of concept to demonstrate a vulnerability in a website. Your payload could have many intentions, from just bringing up a JavaScript alert box to prove we can execute JavaScript on the target website, to extracting information from the web page or user session. Usually what we aim is to load this script alert box, and we will be alerted with the Tryhackme. So first thing what we would be doing is, for level 1, you are presented with a form asking you to enter your name, and once you have entered your name, it will be presented on the line below. For example, for our example, we have John or Johnny, and as soon as you load that, it says cross-site scripting payload failed. And if you view the page source, you will see the name reflected in the code. If you go ahead and click on view page source, I think somewhere around here, you see line 42 contains our user input, which is our name. So if you page instead of entering your name, we're instead going to try entering the following JavaScript payload, which is the script alert box. Let's go ahead and copy that real quick and load it in our box. I'm so glad it has control. Boom. As soon as you load that, you have the alert box, which is the proof of concept that you have here that shows that it's been loaded, and you have the alert box. So that means this this payload right here was executed, and you do have the proof of that proof of concept there. Okay, as soon as you are done with that, you get another prompt to go to level 2. Okay, we'll do, what does level 2 want? Like the previous level, you're being asked again to enter your name. This time when clicking enter, your name is being reflected in an input tag instead. Let's go ahead and try Johnny. What it do, John? And go ahead and close the other ones out because you don't need them anymore. And if you look at view page source and look for Johnny here, you see how we have Johnny here. Sorry, man, I was not talking through the microphone. You see how we have Johnny here? Johnny right here is put in the input tag, and we actually have it's not a closed tag, opening tag as well. So what we're gonna do is we can actually just close this input right here, and then load our script alerts script tag to pop up the alert box. To do that, all you have to do is just copy this and paste that, and boom, as soon as you paste it, it is loaded, and then you have the Tryhackme you know, thing. And then now it's taking us to level 3. And right here, the important part of the payload is this closing tag right here, which closes the value parameter and then closes the input tag. Okay, this now closes the input tag properly, and it allows the JavaScript to payload, JavaScript payload to run. That's good. That's good. We have presented with another form, level 3, the same thing. We're just gonna put our Johnny, see what's going on behind. So it looks like we have a table that was kind of added. We never had this before. If we go ahead and view page source, yes, we do have text area that was added, and we do have a text area tag right here, and Johnny is in the text area, so we have to kind of skip out of that text area. To skip out of that text area, you just have to close. The important part of the payload is to close that text area right here, add it right here, and then run your regular script. Sorry, regular script payload. So that's pretty much you adding this part right here where it closes your payload. I mean your text area, since you already have the opening tag, and then you would put the script right here. So we're just gonna copy the whole thing right here, and you paste it here, and just like that, we do have a Tryhackme and pop up box, and we have another prompt to go to level 4. So we're gonna go ahead and click on level 4, and we do the same thing again. We're gonna put Johnny. Oh, John, it does not matter, honestly. You put your own name as well, and then you go to pay source. If you look at John, John is not even here. Oh, John is in the document.get get elements by class name inside this HTML file here, and the John is included here. So to kind of skip out of that, what we will be doing is we will use this right here. Sorry, after skip the existing JavaScript command, you will be able to run your code. You can do this with the following payload, which is this right here. I will go ahead and copy that. So like, I understand, like, it is so hard to kind of memorize every single thing, but if like what I use is I actually save all this, like, tricks and like anything that I've learned from this room. For any rooms, I'll put it on my notes, and I just cram everything up, and then I try to memorize it. Obviously it is hard to memorize it, but sorry, it is hard to memorize it, but it would not hurt to know all these details. So let's go ahead and enter that. As soon as you enter that, it kind of skips out, and you get the Tryhackme alert box again. And go ahead and click that again. We're gonna go to level 5 because our payload was successful. Level 5, we do the same thing again. We go click on John, and once it loads, it says failed. You gotta go check the view page source. And for John, it is in our H2 hello John. What seems to be the issue then? H2. Oh, we typed. Okay. Hello, John. There's no issue. So go ahead and. But if you try script alert Tryhackme payload, it won't work. Let's go ahead and try just script. Alright, let's go ahead and click that. Okay, it failed, but if you inspect that right now, view page source, you see how we have alerts Tryhackme, and then this part right here. So that means the word script is being reducted from this whole payload. The word script is being erased, which is not okay. Well, it is okay, but it's not fair. For us, it's not fair. So what we're gonna be doing is, since they will take the word script Well, the program just looks for the word script and kind of erases or redacts that's the word script. So what we're gonna do is just double type script. So when that script word is being redacted from the whole um, payload, then you will be still left off with these word script. Like for a human eye, it is something that you can kind of look at it and tell, but like from a programming perspective, it is hard for the program to catch on that. So we will just go ahead and we'll use this payload right here. Let's go ahead and copy that, close this out, paste that over there, and boom, just like that, we do have our Tryhackme alert box, and we will be going to level 6, which is the last page right here. And this right here, enter an image path. When you put an image path, we will have a little cute ass cat or kitten, and it says cross-site scripting payload failed. We are on level 6, similar to level 2 where we had to escape from the value attribute and an input tag. So we see like view page source here, right here we are in the unload alert Tryhackme. Once you have loaded that part, you just have to add your payload here. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and copy that part. And if you enter that Tryhackme, you get that again. And then we have our flag. Congratulations. And that flag would be right here. You provide it over here. And last but not least, we're gonna have to terminate this machine. And then I'll start our machine here. Practical example for the task 8s, and then we just gonna go through it one by one. Let's go ahead and run this shit. Config. Let's go ahead. Sorry guys, I'm just waiting until this machine loads, about 15 more seconds, and after that I'll just probably what they call it, edit this part out, because it's just too much to do. Okay, yes, has loaded, and we have the IP address that we need. I hope I'm still recording. So we're gonna go to that website right now and load that. And what do they want us to do? Click on Customers tab on the top navigation bar and click Sign Up here. Create an account and then click on the support ticket. Okay, we gotta go to Customers, sign up here. We go ahead and put Johnny at Tryhackme.com, and for password, just come up with any password and look at the support ticket. We don't have any tickets available here, so we're gonna have to create ticket. Which is the feature, and then try creating a support ticket by clicking the green create ticket button. Enter the subject and content of just the word test, and then click the blue create ticket button. Okay, we have our test 1. Obviously you get to see like that I've done this example before when I did it last time. Hello there. You create the ticket. Once you click on that ticket and you inspect or you look at the view page source, what do they want us to do? Around line 52 and 53, we have the text area. Line 52, 53. Yeah, we do have hello, but it is included in the text area tag, which is not, which is fine for now. But like task 3, we will investigate how the previously entered text gets reflected on the page. Upon reviewing the page source, we can see that text gets replaced inside a text area tag. So okay, let's now go back and create another ticket. Let's see if we can skip that text area tag by entering the following payloads. Okay, so by adding this, you just pretty much exiting out of this text area, open tag. So we go ahead and skip out of that. So let's go ahead and create another ticket. Call that test 2. Got caught up out here, man. It's crazy. You create a ticket. If you click on that, you see how we skipped out of that text area, and our test try is just actually outside of that text area tag, which is good. If you click on that, well, we don't have to click on the view page source because you were looking at it, visually and inspect it. Okay, again, opening the ticket and viewing the page source, we have successfully skipped the text area tag, which is this right here. Let's now expand on this payload to see if we can run JavaScript and confirm that the ticket creation feature is vulnerable to a cross-site scripting attack. Try another few with the following. Let's go ahead and try that real quick. If we try that, create a ticket, let's call that test 3. And right here for the alert, instead of Tryhackme, it can just be Johnny was here. So was your mama. If you create that and click on that ticket, boom, Johnny was here. It was executed, and you still have the alert box. That means it is susceptible to JavaScript attack, cross-site scripting attack. So in our case, what we are trying to do is using the attack box. Let's set up a listening server using the netcat. If we want to listen on port 9001, we use obviously netcat attack NLVP to start our listener. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Ugh, my bad. So we'll go ahead and actually create me another one. We have our if config here for now. Netcat 9001, and then now that we have set up the method of receiving the exfiltrated information, let's build the payload. The payload is pretty much this right here. So we go ahead and copy this payload here, and let's go to your support ticket, create a new ticket, call this test 4, I guess, and paste it here. We don't need this part anyways. And for your URL, for your port, it would be 9001, and for your IP, what was my IP address? It is 10.13.45.222. This always kind of changes. Yesterday was different. Let's go ahead and copy that real quick. Paste it over here. And we don't need this space. This should, as soon as this is created, when so as a user I created this, right? So when an admin goes to the user support ticket portal, and they click on that test 4 to examine what is going on. As soon as they click on it, they don't see anything. But in the back end, it should be executed in the back end, and I already have my listener, so I can actually go ahead and check if I actually caught something. Boom! You see how I caught the document.cookie file, and I have the cookie session file. And if I click on this right here, this is pretty much giving me the session key. You can now create another ticket, which I have, and you will see the request come through containing the victim's cookie, which I have. You may encounter this issues receiving the request, or I have not. You cannot base64 decode the information using base64 decode and giving you the necessary information to answer the question below. What is the value of the staff session cookie, which is base64, and we're gonna decode that. And session is A1 da 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 da. This session is always different for every I guess for every time you run that question. Sometimes it might not work, sometimes it works, but you get the idea, because we actually caught like we on our listener, we got the cookie, that document, that cookie file, and we decoded it, and we have our session ID. Let's go ahead and answer that question, and that is pretty much it for this room. And I will go ahead and create another room. I'll just edit this one and post it ASAP, and then I will see you guys with another video, but later.